You're about to listen to Kelly Martin Speaks. I'm your host Kelly, and the author of When Everyone Shines But You, a mental health and self-acceptance blogger and a recovering darkness addict. I have experienced intense anxiety, deep depression and life trauma, but I'm coming out of the other side now. Darkness was a comfort zone for me for a long time, and it felt safer than the light. So in this podcast I share with you my journey into the light and how I move through challenge in an empowering way. I'll share with you tools and nurturing ways to embrace your humanity. I was once a shy, scared introvert, afraid to speak, but that's all changing. Let's take this journey together and learn to fly. Hi there, welcome back to Kelly Martin Speaks. I'm your host Kelly Martin and this is episode 109. Now it's a very hot day in Gloucester in the UK. It's about 28, 29 degrees in my office right now and I've had to turn the fan off. So you haven't got that sound, so forgive me if I sound a bit weary. I'd just like to welcome you all back, and today I'm going to delve a little deeper into opening to the new, and when perhaps our lives have been littered with darkness and tough times. And to do this, I'm actually going to read a chapter from my second book, When Everyone Shines, Including You. Because I'm embracing my own experience of the new right now, and it felt a really good time to revisit this specific chapter. And who knows, it may support any of you who are also moving in a new direction or simply letting go of the old. There was once a time when you felt that you would never achieve or experience anything of value in your world. You felt that you would be left behind forever, always feeling like you were a waste of space, and that you perhaps felt you would be left by the wayside, alone, and shadowed in darkness, and that your life challenges were of no meaning and had no value. You may have wondered why on earth you chose to become a human this time around, and why you would choose such harsh lessons if there were never any rhyme nor reason to any of this living. And as those around you swam forward and achieved much in terms of material and ambitious success, it felt as if you were going to drown forever. But the tides turn. The tides always turn for those committed to love, committed to living a satisfying life. For those who know they have so much to give and so much to offer to humanity and to the earth itself. You never believed that those very dark places you felt lost in for so long contained the very answers to all your prayers. Perhaps nobody had taught you that to discover your light, you needed to walk through your dark first. They never informed you that to awaken to your soul's mission and a reason for being here meant diving deep into sadness, anger and frustration. Many of the great books of this world forgot to mention that the light is where the dark is, and avoiding the pain merely pushed you further away from that which you truly are. And so here you begin. The presence that you have cultivated by being in the moment. The awareness that has grown from perhaps meditation, from dropping into your heart when times were tough, and the beginning of your worth is now revealed. It's a hallelujah moment to finally see a sparkle of esteem awaken and light up inside. When your worth comes from within, not from without. You start to be seen, to be noticed by those in your life and strangers that you meet. drinking in this new light, this you, it's shining bright in a way. And what a gift you are and always have been, but now you're starting to experience yourself as source, as life, as the universe, with eyes and senses of light and a heart filled with love. Hallelujah. It has begun. People who never noticed you before, those you often felt extremely invisible around, suddenly pay attention when you speak, when you move, and when you walk. You may walk along the street and become attractive to many people, but to you nothing has changed, but to them they sense your energy, no longer shrouded in a cloak. As you walk among the crowds, people want to talk to you, want to get to know you, find you enchanting, interesting, vibrant. And you feel at ease conversing, and you wonder why things have changed so much. Learn to swim in this new terrain. Settle into this new, brighter space. Your worth is revealed now. Step into your grace. Your self-worth has nothing to do with your craft or calling, and everything to do with how you treat yourself. And this was by Chris Carr. It's funny when you realize that the answers to your prayers have been tapping you on the shoulder for a lifetime. I wanted so much to love myself, but I soon realized that we cannot love ourselves until we accept who we are. This acceptance means accepting our thoughts, our feelings, the life outside of us, and everything about us. Now, it wasn't as easy as reciting 10 I love you affirmations in the mirror. For me, it took hitting rock bottom, wondering why on earth I was on this planet and realizing that I had no place to go but within. And over a period of time, I began to practice mindfulness, being present with my breath, my feelings, and I began to be a watcher of my thoughts through meditation. I sat quietly in the dark, without music, and I witnessed my inner world. I felt those hard, harsh feelings. Most of the time, sorrow and sadness were my go-to emotions. It was the feelings that arose so much, orchestrated by self-criticism and stories playing of who I thought I was, but I went there. I faced and embraced those feelings with openness. I leaned into them, and some days successfully, some days I resisted those feelings, but I kept coming back to self. And over time, a feeling started to bubble up from within. It was love. It wasn't intellectual love. It was not my mind saying I love you. It was my heart feeling it. By allowing this space of pain to be present and felt, I left space for life, source, and the universe to fill me up with the purest feeling. The mind and ego could not have made this stuff up. It was genuine. It was real, unconditional love. And I slowly began to introduce new thoughts that were more encouraging. I was able to listen to hypnosis tracks like hypno-peripheral programming, where beautiful, playful stories were told to me in a loving way. That gave me a sense of relief, and I felt more empowered, assertive, and strong in my sense of self. I no longer adjudged my life as being less than others or hopeless. I began to see my emotional world as equally valid, if not more so than the outer material achievements I had been so envious of. My emotional world was littered with diamonds, and one of those diamonds was me, and this was only just the beginning. Baby steps. Now, this chapter reminded me that right now, a few years on, my life has changed so dramatically from this period. Not only have I had many new experiences, but I continue to accept and love who I am. I learned to let go of my attachment to drama and darkness and also my attachment to positivity or joy. And by doing so, life flows in a new way. And my stress levels are a lot less, and it's been more finding myself that even when I'm outwardly looking at things in my life and thinking they're challenging, inwardly, I've built the tools over time to handle what comes my way, and new terrain always comes. We just become better able to handle it when it arrives. Thanks for listening to this episode of Kelly Martin Speaks. Now, my own new right now is that I have finally taken the leap and opened my own online shop on the popular site called Etsy. It's called Kelly's Playground Art. I used to love art as a child, but my own failure story and fears around that kind of creativity stopped me expressing it. I locked my young artist inside a dungeon for most of my life. Now, I hope you get the chance to pop over there. I sell positive self-esteem wall art for children, humorous wall art for adults and women, and some more strange and weird wall art for those of you who like to perhaps perplex and bring curiosity out in your visitors to your home or office. Now, I'll be expanding the range often, and any support that you can give to my fledgling venture is so appreciated. I deliver worldwide, and my prints come in a number of sizes. You can follow this new venture on Instagram as Kelly's Playground, or on Facebook as Kelly's Playground Art. And also, if you have a question or a topic you're struggling with and would like me to answer on an upcoming podcast episode, please get in touch. I'm always available. Your name will be confidential. Email me at kellymartinspeaks@gmail.com or message me on Facebook via my page Kelly Martin Speaks. And as you just heard a chapter from my second book, you can find it over at kellymartin.co.uk, where you will also find book 1. Thanks again, as always, and if you love what you hear or read, pop over to my podcast page on my website, kellymartinspeaks.co.uk. Maybe buy me a coffee via Ko-fi, or if you're feeling extra generous, support me monthly on PayPal. Until next time, bye for now. You've been listening to my podcast, Kelly Martin Speaks. I'd really appreciate your feedback. If you're listening on iTunes, please give me a review. It helps me be seen and heard by those that need it. You can also follow me on kellymartinspeaks.co.uk, where you can read my blogs, find out about my book series, and subscribe to my monthly newsletter. I'm also all over social media, so search for me via Kelly Martin Speaks on Instagram, Facebook and Twitter. I'll speak to you next week. Bye.